Hey everyone, Karel here from DroidBits. A couple of days ago, $625 million got liquidated in crypto markets. 145,000 traders lost money in just 24 hours. Some lost everything. Here's what made it crazy. Both bulls and bears got destroyed equally. 300 million in longs, another 300 million in shorts, perfect carnage on both sides, and most of it was completely avoidable. I'm going to break down what happened and give you 5 rules that would have saved most of these accounts. Then I'll show you how to actually implement this stuff with automation, so you're not relying on discipline at 3 in the morning. Quick background. I'm a former ER nurse at one of the busiest emergency room departments in downtown Miami, with a master's degree as a NP, and I've been building software since 2011. I built DroidBits because risk management in emergency medicine and trading are guided by similar fundamental principles. You need protocols that work when emotions are running high. Let's get into it. So here's what went down on January 22nd. Bitcoin was around $90,000, then dropped to $88,000, about 7%. Not extreme for crypto, right? We've seen worse. That drop liquidated everyone long, standard cascade. But then Bitcoin snapped back hard, shooting back to 90,000 almost immediately. That whipsaw caught all the shorts and liquidated them too. Down, kill the longs. Up, kill the shorts. Both directions destroyed. The single biggest loss? $40 million on one Ethereum position, gone in seconds. Why? Macro uncertainty. Trump at Davos. Trade policy news, bond volatility. When you mix uncertainty with high leverage in markets that never sleep, it becomes a meat grinder. Now here's how to make sure this never happens to you. Rule 1. Never use more than 3 times leverage. No exceptions. Period. I know your exchange offers 10x, 20x, even 125x. Ignore it. At 10 times leverage, a 10% move against you means total liquidation. Bitcoin moved 7% that day. High leverage traders were done before they could blink. At 3 times leverage, you can survive a 30% move. That's the difference between weathering volatility and getting wiped out. Here's the problem. When markets are pumping and everyone's making money, sticking to 3x is really hard. Your brain says, just this once. Just for one trade. That's how accounts die. In DroidBits, you set your leverage limit before the bot starts trading. 3x or lower, lock it in. The bot enforces it. You can't get emotional at midnight and crank it to 10x because of some tweet. The system doesn't feel FOMO, it just follows your rules. Rule 2, only trade with 10 to 20% of your portfolio on leverage. Keep 80% safe in spot. Simple math. If you risk everything and get liquidated, you're done. Game over. But if you only risk 20%, even a total loss means you still have 80% of your capital. You're hurt but alive. You can rebuild. The temptation to go all in when everything's pumping is intense. That's exactly how those 145,000 traders ended up in the statistics. In DroidBits, you set capital allocation limits per bot. Got $10,000? Configure the bot to only use 2,000 max. When it hits that limit, it stops. Doesn't matter if Bitcoin's pumping, the bot enforces your rule. This feature alone has saved more accounts than anything else, because the biggest losses don't come from bad trades. They come from betting everything on one position. Rule 3, always set stop losses at 3 to 5%, no exceptions. I already know what you're thinking. I'll watch it and close manually if needed. No, you won't. That's what 145,000 people thought on January 22nd. Markets move faster than human reaction time. By the time you process what's happening and find the close button, the liquidation engine already did it for you at the worst price. Stop losses are automatic, instant execution when your threshold hits. Real scenario, you enter Bitcoin at 90,000 with a 5% stop at 85,500. It drops, stop triggers, you take a 5% loss. Sucks, but you keep 95% of your capital. Without a stop, you're thinking it'll bounce. While it drops to 88, 85, then boom, liquidated at 82,000. Total loss. In DroidBits, you set stop-loss parameters once, 3%, 5%, whatever, and every position the bot opens automatically has that protection. You don't have to remember. The automation handles it every single time. Rule 4, don't trade during major macro events. January 22nd had warning signs everywhere. Trump at Davos, trade policy news, bond volatility. These are red flags that scream step aside. During major uncertainty, Fed announcements, geopolitical conflicts or elections, leverage becomes exponentially more dangerous. And you don't get paid extra for trading through chaos. The smart move is often no trade at all. I know it's hard when markets are moving and FOMO kicks in, but that's when most people lose. DroidBits has an emergency stop-loss functionality. Major news coming? It's best to pause all bots. They stop opening new positions. Want full defense? Emergency stop closes everything and moves to cash. For that protection, simply configure a global stop-loss, or directly configure it for each bot. Your capital will be there tomorrow. But if you get liquidated trading through chaos, you might not be. Rule 5. Consider grid bots instead of directional leverage. On January 22nd, if you bet on direction, up or down, you probably lost. The whipsaw destroyed both. Grid bots don't predict direction. They profit from volatility itself. Buy low, sell high, over and over as price bounces. That exact whipsaw that killed everyone else? A grid bot makes money on both the drop and the rebound. It doesn't care why price moved. It just executes. When Bitcoin dropped from 90 to 88,000, grid bots bought on the way down. When it rebounded to 90, they sold for profit. While traders got liquidated both directions, grid bots just stacked small wins. Grid bots aren't perfect. If price breaks your range and never comes back, you can have losses. But compared to getting completely liquidated, way safer for volatile markets. And you can combine grid bots with all the safety features we just talked about. Let me show you a real example. Say you have $5,000 to trade. First, keep $4,000 in spot, 80% safe. Only $1,000 for automation. Second, create a grid bot with that $1,000. Set leverage to 3x max. Third, configure stop loss at 5%. If price drops 5% below your lowest grid, everything closes automatically. Fourth, set news alerts for macro events. When they trigger, pause your bots until conditions settle. Fifth, let it run. The bot trades 24/7 while you sleep, work, live your life. You're not glued to charts making emotional decisions. This is how you survive chaos. You're not predicting if Bitcoin hits 95 or 85,000. You're not using insane leverage trying to 10x overnight. You're letting automation execute a solid strategy with proper risk management. When events like January 22nd happen again, and they will, your bot keeps working. Maybe makes less profit. Maybe takes small losses if stops trigger, but you're still in the game. Your account's still alive. Look, I'm not going to tell you trading is easy or you're guaranteed profits. That's dishonest. Even with these rules and automation, you can lose money. Markets are unpredictable. Risk is real. But there's a massive difference between losing on trades that don't work out and losing everything because you broke basic risk management. Those 145,000 traders, they didn't lose because they were stupid. They lost because they broke these rules. Too much leverage, no stops, betting everything, trading during maximum uncertainty. $625 million gone. Life savings, rent money, kids' education funds. Don't be trader number 145,001. If you're serious about trading with proper risk management, I built DroidBits for exactly this. We have a free tier, test everything, learn how bots work, practice with small amounts first. Links in the description. Start with the free tier, set up a conservative grid bot, see how automation feels when it's working for you. If this helped, share it. Send it to someone new to crypto or someone getting wrecked trading manually. This could literally save their account. I post regular content on trading automation and real strategies that work. Subscribe if you want more. Thanks for watching. Trade safe. Remember, the goal isn't getting rich overnight. It's still being here trading profitably a year from now, 5 years from now. Yeah. Survive first, profit second, in that order. Like this video if it saved you from a future mistake. That little button click might save someone else's account too. See you in the next one.